Do you know that love can be the closest thing to madness? These are 15 truths nobody talks about. Love is one of the most beautiful things in life, but it can also be one of the most confusing. Because when love is involved, people don't think clearly anymore. They feel it deeply, they act emotionally, and sometimes lose themselves completely. And that is why many people won't admit these truths. Love can be the closest thing to madness. So in this video, we are going to break down 15 deep reasons why love can make you act in ways you don't even recognize. And as you listen, you might see yourself in some of these. Number one, you ignore what you clearly see. One of the first signs of this madness is denial. You see the red flags clearly, the lies, the disrespect, the inconsistencies. But instead of accepting the truth, you explain it your own way. You tell yourself stories to protect your feelings. Because sometimes the truth hurts more than the illusions. Number two, you lower your standards without realizing it. Before the relationship, you had standards. You knew what you wanted. You knew what you deserved. But once emotions get involved, those standards start to shift. Not all at once, but little by little. Until one day, you are accepting things you once said you never would. Three, you become addicted to the person. Love can feel like an addiction. You crave for attention. You wait for their messages. Your mood depends on how they treat you. And just like any addiction, even when it's not good for you, it's hard to let go. Number four, you lose your identity. You start adjusting yourself just to fit in. Your habits begin to change. Your priorities change. Even your personality starts to shift. And slowly, without noticing, you stop being yourself. Number five, you justify what hurts you. Instead of protecting yourself, you defend them. They didn't mean it. They are just going through a lot. You become the lawyer for the same behavior that is breaking you. Number six, you fear losing them more than losing yourself. This is where it becomes very dangerous. You hold on tightly, even when you are unhappy, because the idea of losing them makes you feel worse than losing your peace. So you stay, even when it's draining you. Seven, you start acting out of character. You become more emotional, more reactive, more insecure. You do things you never imagined you would do. And sometimes, you don't even recognize yourself anymore. You confuse intensity with love. That is number eight. Just because something feels strong doesn't mean it's healthy. The ups and downs, the drama and the emotional high, they can feel exciting, but intensity is not the same as love. Sometimes, it's just chaos. Number nine, you stay because of potential, not reality. You don't love who they are. You love who you believe they can become. So you hold on to what could be instead of accepting what is before you. And that can keep you stuck. Number 10, you keep on going back. Even after leaving, you return. Even after crying, you forgive. Even after molesting you, you still go back. Not because nothing happened, but because your emotions pulled you back. It feels like you know better, but can't do better. 11, you make excuses just to stay. You start creating reasons to remain in the situation. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe I just need to be patient. But deep down, you know the truth. You are not just ready to face it. 12, you romanticize the pain. You begin to believe that suffering is part of love. That if it doesn't hurt, it's not real. So you normalize emotional pain and you call it passion. Number 13, you lose logic in emotional moments. When emotion rise, logic disappears. You make decisions based on how you feel in that moment. And later, you start to regret. But in that moment, it feels right for you. 14, you ignore your inner voice, that is your intuition. There is always that quiet voice inside you telling you something isn't right. But you choose to silence it just because you're in love, which is typical madness. Because listening to it might mean letting go. 15, you forget your words. At the deepest level, love can make you forget who you are, your values, your standards, and your self-respect. You give so much of yourself that there is nothing left anymore. So the truth is, love is very powerful, but without awareness, it can consume you. And when you lose yourself, trying to hold on to someone else, that's when love stops being beautiful and starts becoming madness, typical madness. So don't just love deeply, love wisely, with your eyes wide open.